And if he wins this one, the mighty Quinn. Chris Barnes on the spring tour here on CBS. A couple of 8th place finishes, but at the Touring Players Championship in Akron, Ohio, that's his best so far, a 6th place finish.
And pretty solid bowling for Chris. Working his way up, finally making it to the telecast.
That's right. Back on it. Back on it.
And exactly what he wanted to do, makes the, not just get the strike, Gary, he wants to make the quality shot.
Chris Barnes bowling well. Bob Learn Jr., New York City PBA experience, a 7th place finish, and that's been his best performance so far on the spring tour. And he's turning in quite a performance today as he is doing his best to stay close to Barnes, now just only 1 pin down.
Bob Learn holds the ball down low, shoulder high backswing. He's running this one out already. 1 pin match.
They call him Mr. 300. 61 300 games. Chris Barnes slim lead over Bob Learn Jr. Just 1 pin.
Oh, and a better shot from Sean-Quinn, but the ball cuts through, leaving the 4 and the 9 just an inch away from being in great position as Bob Learn watches.
Obviously now a tough spot for Quinn. Was remaining in the hunt.
Well, he needs to make this to really have a shot, and just overcuts the 4 pin.
Well, coming up tomorrow on the CBS Sports Spectacular, the greatest collection of track and field stars in America, including the world's fastest man, Maurice Green, Michael Johnson, and Marion Jones, one of the world's greatest female athletes, showcasing their talent at the Nike Prefontaine Classic. That's tomorrow on CBS. Chris Barnes, 1 pin over Bob Learn Jr., but now has stretched the lead over Sean-Quinn to 36 pins. And Chris Barnes working on a strike, looking to add to that total.
Barnes showing the emotion. And really, he's become such a great bowler out on this tour. Last year, Rookie of the Year. This year, trying to give Parker Bowen Jr. a run for his money for Player of the Year.
And Learn will need this to move back to within 1 pin.
And the same shot that Sean-Quinn had on 34 now plagues Bob Learn. The 4-9, maybe just a little slow, a tad left on with the ball. He thinks he still has a chance. 4-9.
Marshall, degree of difficulty in picking up the 4-9?
For Bob Learn, about 3-1. And he makes it. Bob Learn showing what a great spare shirt he is. Just cuts that 4 pin into the 9 pin. You think he doesn't like this one, Gary?
Liked it big time. And now Sean-Quinn.
And the best that Quinn can do right now is 223 with a strike in the 9th frame. If he strikes all the way out in the 10th, he'll need a lot of help from both Barnes and Learn. It looks like it's going to come down between the two of them.
Chris Barnes now a little bit of breathing room. 13 over Bob Learn Jr. Could have been more, but Learn came through in the clutch to pick up that 4-9 spare.
Made a great shot on 34 last time. Comes in just a little high, leaves the 9 pin.
Chris Barnes presently second in 1999 in seasonal earnings behind Parker Bowen III, $55,000 for Barnes, and Steve Hoskins there as well. But Marshall, Chris Barnes, high-profile player, Rookie of the Year last year. Is that added pressure for him coming out on the tour in his 2nd year?
Well, I think he expects it of him. He was a great player before he came out on the tour, and he certainly has not disappointed anybody with the way he's bowled so far. That shot opens the door for Bob Learn. Will he walk through it? Let me in, he says.
So Learn answers the call. 12 pins down.
Takes the arm swing a little bit behind his body, reroutes it. Watch the 6 pin, it'll take care of the 10. That's what I wanted to do last time, I think Sean-Quinn just said.
At this point now, Sean-Quinn looking to put in a good showing, and he has done that in his first PBA telecast.
He's a nice-looking young player, and I would think that he'll have a very good career in front of him. Seems to have a good attitude, doesn't get down on himself too much, Gary, which is really important.
Two strikes in the 10th for Quinn, and 3 in a row. As Learn and Barnes look on.
Barnes has a possible 258. The best for Bob Learn is 256. So Barnes controls his own destiny.
And Quinn closes out his performance in the shootout round, leaving the 10 pin. Barnes needs 2 strikes and 9 pins to win. And as you pointed out, Marshall does control his own destiny. If he gets that, we'll shut out Bob Learn Jr.
Well, important to make a good shot here in the 10th frame. If he marks, it would at least make Learn double in the 10th frame. So first things first. He makes the good shot, but the 6 pin lays in the channel, does not knock out the 10. It's going to give Learn the opportunity, and Bob is an opportunistic kind of a player.
Barnes working on a spare in the 9th frame. Needs obviously to pick up this spare and go on and get the full count in his last shot.
Well, he needs a spare and at least 9. If he, with the spare there and 9 pins, that would put him at 246, and that would force Bob Learn to throw 2 strikes in the 10th frame. If we were to get 8 pins and shoot 245, then a strike 9 pin spare and Learn could tie him. So a lot of stories still left to be told here.
Barnes knows what needs to be done.
9 or 10, that's what he wants. He takes care of it in the fill ball, shooting 247. You know, Gary, it was just a few weeks ago in Long Island when Bob Learn had the opportunity to make a telecast and threw a very, very bad shot. He was very down on himself. He came back. Now he needs 2 strikes here.
2 strikes and 2 pins for Learn, and he can take it. And there is number 1.
Bob Learn, ball over the 6 board, holding the pocket nicely. Good speed, good projection down the lane. Must strike situation.
And now it's time for Bob Learn Jr. to control his destiny.
Strike here, he wins. He threw it poorly again.
A tough break for Bob Learn Jr.
Well, it just seems like he just overhit the ball. Ball goes right through the nose. There's the 4 pin, there's the 6 pin, there's the 7 pin, and for Bob Learn, it's going to be 242. Tough break and just a difficult way to lose, but it will be Chris Barnes going.
So Barnes, your winner in the shootout round. CBS Sports coverage of the PBA Oregon Open will continue after this message and a word from your local station.